Hello everybody, welcome to a mindful message with Hayley. Today I have a topic to discuss with you. It's a big word and a lot of you probably won't know what it means yet, but that's fine because we're going to learn about it today. Alright, so the word I want to talk to you guys today about is right there. Vulnerability. Vulnerability. And I think I might have missed an L. Vulnerability. Anyway, do you know what it means to be vulnerable? Vulnerable. To be vulnerable, and a lot of experts are now telling us that being vulnerable is what real courage and bravery is about. Okay? Being vulnerable is about showing emotions, expressing emotions in a healthy way, saying when you're hurt, not trying to pretend you're tough and you never get hurt, because that's nobody, or it's not true for anybody, even if they pretend it is. Saying when you find something difficult, not trying to pretend that you can do everything, because nobody can. So yeah, vulnerability is a way of being really brave by admitting that you aren't always great and happy and fine, and you don't always get everything, because that's real life for everybody, even if they don't act like it. Okay? So I've got a little diagram here that I'm going to show you through, and the first word here is a word that has been used particularly in social media and movies and things for the last year or two. And I want to tell you a bit more about it because it's actually not a word that we should joke about, okay? So that word is, right there, trigger, okay? A trigger is, well, there's a trigger on a gun. You pull the trigger. Obviously, we don't use guns. But a trigger, in this sense, is something that triggers you. Something that makes you react. Okay? So it could be something like someone else has said something to you, done something to you, whatever it is. You might have hurt yourself and have pain, like you've fallen over or whatever. Yourself might have upset you. So maybe you didn't do very well in a sporting challenge and it's made you annoyed. Or family. Family can very often trigger us and make us upset, angry, worried, fearful, whatever it is, okay? So that's the real meaning of what triggers are. And everybody has certain triggers that might upset them, but might not upset the next person. Then the next person will have triggers that might upset them, but not the next person, okay? Triggers is just something that makes us get angry or get upset or whatever it is, okay? So when we have a trigger in our life, and really we probably have triggers every day, maybe they're just small sometimes, okay? Maybe your mum or dad is driving in a car and somebody is driving a bit inconsiderately. Have you ever seen mum or dad get cross while they're driving at another driver? That means they've been triggered by that driver. Okay? So when we have a trigger, we have two options. And the thing is, it's not easy to always choose the best reaction to a trigger because sometimes we miss our opportunity. If we notice that we have been triggered though, we notice those angry feelings in our body or those upset feelings or that scared feeling, whatever it is, by noticing maybe hot face, fists, shock feeling, if we can try and notice those things and notice that we've been triggered, then we have a second or two to take a breath and make a choice. We can choose a healthy strategy or an unhealthy one. Okay? And as you can see, which face do you want to end up like? Happy Larry over here or angry Sam down here? Okay? So, let's have a look at some healthy things we can do when we catch ourselves in the act. Healthy, deep breaths. Even if you're so angry, that will put a little bit of space in between what you do next. You can go and talk to someone. Go and talk to a friend or a teacher. I'm so upset, this just happened, blah, blah, blah. Get it all out. That's healthy, okay? Ask for help. You might have tripped over. Ask for help. Cry. Now this is a really, really important one because for a very long time, children, and particularly little boys, have been taught that it's not a good thing to cry. They have been taught that if you are tough, you don't cry. Now that is really not very good. Okay? Because when we cry, every tear that comes out is the pain coming out. It's the anger coming out. It's the worry coming out. If you don't cry, you just and don't cry, what do you think that pain turns into? It's anger. So if you know somebody who is really angry, there is a possibility that they have not cried enough. That is true, okay? Not always the case, but quite the possibility. So when if we tell somebody, don't cry, stop crying, that means they have to push it back in, okay? And that's when we could end up like this, angry and sad, okay? Because it hasn't come out. The crying helps it come out. Does that mean we need to cry every time, even if we're only a little bit hurt? No. But if you feel like crying, have a cry. If anyone judges you for it, that's their problem. Let's look at some other good strategies. Go for a walk. Write or draw how you feel. Okay? Now, down here to unhealthy strategies. Acting tough. Like it doesn't hurt, you don't care, whatever. Yes, you do. Acting tough is kind of rubbish, and everybody knows when people are acting tough and pretending that they don't have any pain. People have pain. We're humans. It's normal. Okay? And actually, I think people respect people more that are honest about those kinds of things, that show vulnerability. Unhealthy ways, take it out on another person. Getting your pain and putting it on someone else because you don't know how to deal with it or you haven't used a healthy strategy instead. Push it down or pretend it didn't happen. Okay? Not healthy. When we push things down, when we push emotions down, back down, and don't let them out in a healthy way, they will come back up later when you least expect it. Okay, and we don't want that. So, outcome number 1 from healthy strategies. Outcome number 2 from unhealthy strategies. Being vulnerable is the new brave. Give it a go, have a think about it, and take care.